So you seriously want me to do the chest pumping again?
No, definitely not. Definitely not.
So
definitely not. No chest pumping. No, we don't do this. No.
Yeah, this is it. So Sebastian, as I keep saying to you, we need to be putting in people. We need to be doing, regular features and just stupid shit like this. So
the podcast
give the public what they want. I've decided they want this. So
the podcast listeners won't see that. They will. Sorry, as a podcast listener, do you expect that they stop the episode, go to YouTube, scroll to second 24?
We show them what they're missing. We show them what they're missing.
Hello and
welcome everyone. Welcome to Unresolved Dependencies. Still trying to resolve them, even after 2 weeks.
There is still unresolved. Episode 2. Yes, if you're on YouTube and you see fancy shit going on the left or right of myself, welcome. If you're on YouTube, you also see that we're wearing the same stuff because you are getting a double feature. We are basically in one sitting and recording so much transparency and recording the first 2 sessions right ahead that you can basically listen to episode as an intro. Episode 2 is a little more, I think, closer to what we want to do. Let's see how this works.
Usually this would be the point I'd sort of say, ask Sebastian how he is, but I don't care today because I've been on this for about nearly 2 hours now. Nearly, it feels like 2 hours. Maybe it was
okay. If you have your technical problems, why
is
it my fault?
Time is stretched out for me. Yeah, this is my old brain talking. But yeah, we don't have to. We don't have to do any of the usual.
What is the zoom size of the applications? Is it below 300%?
For me,
that you can see things. Do you have like a big blue mouse cursor on your screen that you can find things to click on?
Well, actually, so funny fact. So on my personal PC here, it's quite small, but on my work one, it is quite deliberately big. But yeah, I take these glasses off. This is all just a blur to me at the moment.
Are you?
Are you? Well, I'm hopefully, fingers crossed, going to be getting the old laser surgery done later on this year. I need to go in and do another consultation again because apparently you can only proceed when you've only had a consultation in the past 6 months, and I took too long. So yeah, so you may eventually see this. Maybe this is a face you get used to. Who knows?
He's a totally different man.
Totally different man. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, fantastic.
But yes, fantastic. Awesome.
Yeah. So, my name is Seb. I'm here with Joe.
You're here with Joe. Yeah, we should probably greet ourselves. So yeah, hopefully you already know who you are. You've listened to the first episode, but if you've just joined us,
this is the second episode. Thank you for that.
This is the second episode. Yeah. So we're here. We're talking about stuff. We've hopefully got quite a good agenda today for stuff to sort of talk about. And yeah, we're just here. Just as I mentioned last week, this is our sort of last attempt to salvage this friendship, this podcast. So
yeah. It could be, and it's not an application lifecycle management podcast. We are very sorry for that. We apologize in the last and first episode that this was the April Fruits guide. So it's not going to happen. We may talk about some LLM features when this is fun again, but for right now, we just keep it as loose as it is at the moment.
Loose as an astronaut flying in the sky somewhere in the Artemis 2 sort of drone. So
I don't know. Did you heard about that? Their toilet is broken. I just want to hijack this topic from the very first second on because this is all what I can think of once this rocket ship has started from the US, somewhere in the US, I don't know, and their toilet is broken.
I didn't hear about that.
They cannot go to the toilet.
So you're gonna have to hold it in. That's a long time to hold it in.
There's a long time, and who figured out that the toilet is broken? Is there there's no? I don't imagine that there's a lamp or there's a sign over the toilet that's function and not function.
And there's no gravity.
So someone
as well,
needs to. There is no gravity. No, it's like so everything is flying around.
But how does it sort of?
How? Yeah. Who's the first guy sitting on this? Obviously, it's a guy. Sitting on this toilet and oh shit, this is not working. This is broken. Yeah. What should I? And he's sitting there with us.
if someone wants to drop us an email to explain how this would work and stuff like that, head over at unresolveddependencies.com. We're happy to hear from you. My only two things to contribute to the whole Artemis 2 thing was I think I saw a clip of video of the internet was going wild over a Nutella, very German, Nutella sort of thing flying overhead. The internet went crazy for that. And then I think as well, there was a snippet of a recording where they were saying, okay, the Microsoft Outlook isn't working. So clearly you need a critical email sending application to go to space. Screw having all of these sort of like, code on punch papers, screw having 5 kilobytes of memory. Outlook is what you need to get into space. So those are the only two meaningful contributions I can make.
I thought I could get rid of Outlook as soon as possible, but if it gets us to space,
never. Outlook is going to be here for at least another 10-15 years for sure. Because that's how long you're going to have to convince people.
Wild guesses with Joseph Griffin. All right.
Wild guesses. New feature. Should we get back to our regular schedule?
I have one more topic to brought in.
Okay.
So I want to know something, because you mentioned Nutella and decided, this is a German thing. Actually, it's from Italy, but never mind.
I thought it was though. You always see Germans enjoying it.
Is it? I think it's just a mythos that like people eating this for breakfast, and I ate it for breakfast for like 10 years. That maybe explains why I was fat as a child. This is a different topic. I actually want to bow or like take the cross to chocolate in general. How is Easter in the UK? Do you celebrate it?
We do. We have a public holiday, Easter Friday and Easter Monday.
Friday.
Good Friday.
Oh,
I was getting into a debate with
Easter
someone.
Friday. The Friday.
No. It's Good Friday, but I was getting into Bad Bunny, exactly. Yeah, but I was getting into a debate with someone because why is it good because that's the day of the resurrection? Is it good because that was the day I just couldn't figure out what the significance was. So again, answer on a postcard if you know. So I used to be a good Catholic boy, but those days are long behind me. So
there is a joke in Germany which I won't make.
So we have the bank holidays. We have lots of chocolates, of course, and then we do things like egg hunts and stuff like that, bunnies.
No,
and all that sort of
but
stuff,
you also put like color on the egg and stuff like that.
And all that sort of stuff.
Nice.
Yeah.
Because I did this year for the very first time by myself. The last time I did it was
on your own.
All on my own, because my parents used to do it. My dad used to do it, and then I got like an Easter nut from my parents, like every year. Despite I'm like 35.
35. I've just got this picture of you just sat in the garden. It's raining. You're just trying to paint your little egg, and you just all the.
No. It's like... I still get stuff from my parents. So but like this time, because I moved to a different place and now I live with my girlfriend. I tried it for the first time all by myself, because like last time I did it, I was like I don't know 8, and I did it with my dad, and when I was 9 it was too boring for me, and I was cool already and driving skateboard, different story, and
okay.
And now I tried it again.
Next time.
That's for next time. I wonder, because we're on episode 2, how many like next times we already have, because I counted more than 5.
Exactly. Yeah. It's good. We're just building up content. It's fine.
Yeah, we build expectations. That's not good. So in this time I tried it by myself, and I was like, is like everyone doing this? Like I was standing there on a Sunday morning and like cooking eggs and putting them into color, and it was like doing some stuff on it, and so it was fucking amazing. I really could do this every week. So I know basically like eating eggs, so it's hard boiled eggs, so it's very nice. Yeah, I just came up with like how it is for you, but I think it's literally the same overall in Europe. There's no.
I think we may not care to admit it, but I think there are we're quite a lot similar, the UK and the Germans, than we maybe care to admit. Unfortunately, or fortunately, basically respective. So this is. Our monarchs are literally German. So this is
what?
Yeah. So fun fact. So this is my history note here. So the House of Windsor, it used to be called the House of Saxe-Coburg-Gotha. When Victoria married Prince Albert and started.
Maybe also managed. Maybe it was a managed environment.
It was a managed environment. Yeah, managed marriage. Whatever.
There's your LM joke.
Yeah,
that's enough duty.
But then they changed it during the I think 1915, 1916 because it was too German sounding, and of course during that time sounding German or being German wasn't too popular over here. I wonder what the reason was for that. So they renamed it as the House of Windsor. The Kaiser at the time sort of joked that he was going to go off and see Shakespeare's famous play, The Merry Wives of Saxe-Coburg-Gotha. So there you go. See, I'm full of all this good facts. These are good stuff.
Not gonna lie, that's interesting.
That's interesting. There you go.
I've never heard about this. The only Kaiser I know is Franz Beckenbauer. So this is a different. Different
speaking of interesting things, you want to hear about my travels again? Always.
Oh yeah. Where are you next, Joey? What is happening?
Well, this is where we play our next sort of feature. So this is our regular sort of feature. So we'll announce the winner of the first episode next time. Because as mentioned, we're recording this sort of back to back. So yeah, do get your answers in if you're interested in that. hello@unresolveddependencies.com. My clue for this week is as follows. So I am next going to be in a city that's not actually famous for its tasty and juicy namesake, but it's actually more famous for being host to the most colourful event in all of Europe that takes place every single year. Which city am I talking about? And this may be easy to guess based on a few different sort of factors. But yeah, let us know. Send an email through hello@unresolveddependencies.com. We'll give you a nice little shout out. And once we've spent all of our inheritance on merch for this podcast, we'll try and also maybe get something nice towards you as well. So
we still did not get any merch for this one, just to make sure that my parents don't listen to this.
yeah, we will do. We're just
we will do. Yeah,
we're going to YOLO it. It's going to be a few drinks one night, and it's just going to be like, yeah, let's do it. Let's do it.
I can see that definitely happening.
Yeah, exactly.
So can I guess where it could be?
Yeah, go on.
Is it Dublin?
Dublin's quite well.
Colorful.
The sky's not the people are colourful.
I'm not talking about the sky. I'm talking about
the people are colourful in terms of how they express themselves. Quite similar to me because I'm half Irish, so I can basically I can rip into this as much as I want. Yeah,
it took like 1.5 episodes with this come out that you're half Irish.
Yeah, did you know I'm also an MVP as well?
Yeah, you are. Can you tell me more about that?
We've already spoke about all of that, but so obviously you always have to say. I say it a lot. Maybe it's because I'm proud of it. Maybe I'm just trying to claim some sort of identity back. I'm like those Americans who go back to Ireland just like second, third generation. Like, oh, this is amazing. We're Irish.
There's a Family Guy episode of that. Going back to
I'm not Irish at all. If I go over to Dublin, they're just gonna look at me and go, just feck off, English wanker. Literally, they will do.
So it's not Dublin. You're not going to Dublin.
We're not going to Dublin. Oh, Dublin is very good. You always got to go to Dublin. Go for a pint of Guinness. Always up for the crack in Dublin. So very much would recommend you go see it.
I definitely want to have the shootout. Sorry, that's why I'm trying to guess every episode what it could be.
And Dublin has some pretty good places to eat as well. And this is my segue into our next regular feature, Sebastian's Eats. What have you been eating, Sebastian? We want to know what interesting things you've been eating because you'd like to eat. We've already talked about this.
Yeah, you keep it short this time, that I like to eat without any hesitant explanation why this could be the case. Or how you
I thought I was complimenting you last time. By sort of bigging
I'm
you
not
up.
sure about this. No, not sure. So yeah, what I have eaten. So actually, that's a bit tough to describe because I don't know how it's correctly, if this is even existing in the UK cuisine.
Our cuisine is just chicken dinosaurs and happy faces and beans. That's the extent of it.
Yeah, especially beans.
Beans.
I don't like them. But basically, it's like so imagine with your eyes and you had some puff pastry. So it's like but it's not like a pastry itself. It's just like the puff pastry around it, right? You can just buy that in Germany in the supermarket, and it's just like the dough basically. Ooh. And then you can do whatever you want with it. And what we have done is we have made burgers with it. So we have rolled it out, and then we have 4 pieces of it, and then we put in some cheese, some ground beef, some tomatoes, and what else there was? Some cucumber, I think. Of course, some ketchup and mayo and I had some chili cheese sauce, and then some cheese on top, and then you fold everything like together. That you have like this little like packages, and then you put like some egg with milk on top of it, so that it kind of sustains the heat and gets like a bit crunchy, and then you put it into the air fryer for like 12 to 15 minutes, and then you have like a little like burger like package, which is mixture of maybe a kebab and a burger with some pastry around it, and it was very delicious actually. So it was a very weird but delicious experience.
Sounds fucking lush, as we'd say around my way.
What is lush?
Lush. It's brilliant, awesome.
Brilliant. Oh yeah, it was really tasty, and we made
Yeah.
fries with it. So fries
Wow.
with just like some ketchup and mayo, basically.
I've never
Yeah, it
heard
was
this
really
before,
nice.
so maybe we can drop a recipe link or a Wikipedia, whatever page.
Yes, I think it is based on my beloved girlfriend's Instagram feed. So I will find perhaps the link to it, and we will put it into the chat, because I may need to start making pictures of the feed when I'm already talking to you.
That would be good if we could have like a underneath just some pictures
Yeah,
of what you've eaten. Maybe with you, doing like a thumbs up or
No.
like a Gen Z kind of reaction.
No.
Maybe no.
No.
How
No.
about before and after with
No.
timestamps? No,
No.
because you can demolish this stuff. I've got photos of you like
I can also eat like a normal human person. I think.
You think if you try hard, if you focus.
I really maybe.
Maybe.
I've not tried it.
Could be
Maybe
a challenge. Could be a challenge.
Maybe a life challenge. Like the next time we meet each other.
Cool. But no, sounds pretty tasty.
Yeah, it was. It was really good. Yeah.
Great. So let's actually get into some good stuff.
Yeah, let's maybe talk about like real practical stuff, which is also maybe interesting for our audience if they have a technical background. Basically, so what is happening? First of all, I want to maybe talk about the March updates and with that as well the release wave updates for project operations, because as you know, we both are a little bit like project operations affine. I want to say, I don't know if this is an English word. You're like,
I mean, we're the only two people who left who can say that. Really, is that right? Or
I this is an insult to everyone who likes project operations out there.
No, there are more. There are more.
There are many more people than 2 years ago.
Exactly. Yeah.
We at least have doubled, and there are at least 4 people I know personally who are doing a lot of project operations.
I think is it correct? It's one of the fastest growing of all of the Dynamics 365 apps in terms of growth. And I mean, when you look at the release wave notes, there's actually what's nice is there's a lot, and actually there's a lot in there which is actually focusing on some practical sort of value, rather than maybe being just too Gen AI focused. We obviously Gen AI has a good place and purpose, has a good sort of can add some good value over there, but actually we're seeing some really quite fundamental improvements occurring there.
Yes, really absolutely. So if you have not checked it out, have a look at the release wave. There's so many fun stuff on it and so many things which are really nice. And one of the first things that catch my eye are what if scenarios, because what if scenarios, like what if I never met Joey? So I think about this like at least once a day. So this really helps you to estimate the outcome, to understand what could have been, right? And this is like what our head is constantly doing.
You could be a multi-millionaire by now. You could be living on the beach somewhere. So all of these great things could have happened in your life without
everything, but not having a podcast with you. Everything could have happened. So with what if scenarios, and the best thing, like you can basically with the March update. I think it's called March update. I just called it March update because it was in March.
Release
You
wave
can-
1, they call it, don't they, technically, or something?
No, it's actually the latest update just of Project Operation that releases on a monthly basis. So
of course, yeah, because they do the updates. Sometimes they'll push them automatically, but sometimes you have to go in.
yeah, they just do it like on a monthly base, and then you
Yeah.
get like new features in. And it's so annoying to keep up with that, and annoying in a good way, I want to say. But with that one, what if scenarios, you can try it now, what if scenarios on the quote, and for example, then adjust if you want to use different resources, if you have different scope and stuff like that, and you can adjust like the filters on that and see how this reflects on your project budget for your quotation. And the nice thing about what we already know from the release wave is that we learned that these what if scenarios not only be there on the quote level, but also on the project plan. So you can easily maybe substitute resources like Joe, or for example, find cheaper resources like
Joe.
UK, like not Joe,
like not Joe. Hey.
Yeah, and or like not Sebastian. And as well, this comes as well to not only the project and the quote, but also to the project budgeting. And I think the project budgeting is one of the most overlooked features there in project operations, because it basically is one of the key aspects why you really want to have to drive project operations in your organization. Because so what I think is that project operations is just not like a project planning tool. It's more like a cost tool for you as an organization. So you want to figure out if that makes sense, if that investment makes sense with the customer, because sometimes you also have projects where you just do it for the prestige of having the customer on your homepage, or to make a step into the door into this industry, or you may have some upscaling potential. And with that, you can all monitor that. And the budget is more or less the step that happens after the estimation. So you're leaving the estimation and cost evaluation from your task planning, and then you go into execution. And this is where you're reporting your actuals against and having there some what if scenario analysis to make decisions much more easier could be really so much potential in it that I'm really looking forward to get my hands on. I'm currently trying to have a video on at least the quote side for this what if scenarios. So when this is out, and maybe the video is already out on my LinkedIn, so maybe this is there. But yeah, this is definitely something. So much new features and so much great things. Do you have like your favorite feature of the release wave?
So what's interesting to see, because there was some changes sort of a while back. So effectively, what used to be what is still the field service application, that's now technically an ERP application. It's under the AI ERP sort of category. So it's being looked after by Gail, I can't pronounce his name ever, Gail Glanchlik.
Gail Klachnik, yeah.
Yeah, team and all that sort of stuff. So what we're now starting to see, we can tease out through the sort of release wave notes, is much more of a tighter integration going on there. So, for example, the ability from a project task, for example, to go and create work orders specifically, tying this together in a much sort of nicer way. So, things like that. I'm always a big fan of these nice, easy ways that we can get these different apps sort of integrated together, because it really then starts to talk about, the whole point of why we want to have Dynamics 365 in the equation in the first place, because, it's one data source, everything plays nicely together. We don't have to worry about having to do these complex integrations, all this sort of good stuff. So the more we can achieve this kind of cross-app harmony, I'll go with that, why not? The better from my standpoint. So it's good to see that that's going to be out by July, all being well. As you said, Sebastian, already, in terms of, you just need to make sure that you are installing those update roll-ups, I think they call them.
Yeah,
you have to keep an eye out sometimes. I've been burned on this web projects before, because sometimes they will push out the update roll-ups to certain environments automatically, and you'll wonder one day why your deployment pipelines suddenly break and things like that. So it's always better to be elective with it.
Yeah, it definitely can happen. It definitely depends on like what the feature set is in this update. If it's mainly like bug fixes, they would just push it. But also for production environment, you always need to trigger the button, at least when you want to have the latest one. And as well, it makes sense to may check your release channel on the PPAC settings, because if this set to monthly, you always get the latest one, and as well the preview for the release wave one. They have changed those a little bit up this year. Maybe
There's
sticking
also
with Purge Operations, there is as well some community event which is coming up very soon, where I also will talk about Purge Operations at Color Cloud in Hamburg. And there is also some kind of session from your side, I think. And I also will talk about two, in fact.
I'm busy.
I know about one, because this one is very special. Maybe you want to quickly give a small hint about that.
So, you've seen me here trying to speak English and probably failing half the time. So why not come and see me try and speak German? Ambition Deutsch.
Failing all the time.
Failing all the time. Yeah. So a bit of a kick up the backside, and to obviously give I've got German business partners. I've got nice German colleagues, especially over here. I want to speak a bit of the language. So I'm doing an entire session in German. I'm going to be showing you how to build a Copilot Studio agent, and it's going to be, kind of English, probably maybe ambition English throughout the sort of session, because I think you said this actually last year. You had to literally sit down for your German-speaking presentation, and basically it just ended up you saying basically you were talking like mit bei Copilot Studios, Power Platform und managed solution. It's basically just a bunch of English words followed by German.
Yeah, the German words are just the fillers in between to build the sentences. And like presenting in German or for me, is like pure pain, because like everything that happens work related happens in English in my head. So I don't think about work topics in German, and suddenly I then need to present in German. That's super tough. I think I need to double check that, but I think none of my two sessions, because the other one is with Andrew Beebe, and we talk about agents and Agent Builder versus Copilot Studios. There's a nice standoff. I don't think this will be in German, but maybe Andrew surprises me.
I mean, that'll be quite good, yeah. So 25 minutes of me trying to speak German, and you might learn something about Copilot Studio. That's the best.
And some German, actually.
And some German. So that's one thing I'm doing there. And then I'm also very pleased to be doing our workshop again with Catherine Bruvold from Norway, all about beautiful apps. We've got a nice little hashtag, no fugly apps. So yeah, if you want to learn how to build better and more beautiful apps using things like custom pages, using HTML, CSS, maybe we'll also have a bit of cheeky vibe coding in there as well, just to show you what's possible there. So yeah, a nice all-day workshop where you can learn about all of that. So yeah, Color Cloud's a really great event. This is going to be my third one. And nice. Yeah, it's always, and this is actually the first time I'm going to be able to stay over in Hamburg and actually see the city as well. So
nice.
So that'll be even better. So
yeah, so definitely worth discovering the city. It's very nice. It's one of the better cities in Germany, I would say. I wonder more to really explore. I think it's very nice with the harbor and stuff like that. So yeah.
So very nice.
And I think maybe for next time we can as well talk more about events like Color Cloud, where we how to, for example, secure yourself or speaker slot there, or like how do you even come up with session ideas and stuff like that. So we really want to make this as well one of the topics, or one of the key topics of this discussion here, especially we cannot just always figure out what I have eaten last time.
Yeah, I think we spoke about maybe recording live from there as well. So watch this space. Yeah, imagine that. Yeah. So
maybe we get some interesting people as well on the show.
Yeah, I'm all about getting. I'm all about getting.
Not played anything.
Okay, yeah. I mean, let's get as many people on. I want to hear about people's eats. I want to hear about if people are traveling more than me, and I want to see people. I want to see other people do stupid shit as the intro as well. This is the value that we're adding with this podcast.
Doing stupid shit. This is
doing stupid shit. Yeah, exactly.
Do you maybe because like you said you have a haircut and I need to jump on a call. Do you have maybe some community best friends which you want to give a shout out here?
Of course, I always do. So I'm going to put a link to the stuff. We'll have a link to all the content at the bottom for you. But I had a very good call with the always amazing Daniel Laskowitz, amazing developer advocate from Microsoft. Fantastic guy. Really knows his stuff inside out. And we were planning a session we're going to be doing later on in the year, and we had a nice learning exercise around Dataverse skills, how to configure those, how to work with them, and how they can basically help to kind of improve and automate your workflow. So if you've got, let's say, a complex set of actions that you need to maybe do, set up an environment, copy it from another, go and install some solutions, do all that sort of stuff, you can actually have a large language model or MCP server go and do kind of all of this locally, using GitHub Copilot and stuff like that. So, and the good thing is you can go and create your own custom skills as well. So I'll put a link below. Nice. We'll put a link below to all of that. I'm going to be playing around with that a bit sort of more. And if you do find yourselves at Dynamics Minds later on this year, you can come and see us both in action and how that works.
Never
more events. It's just events. Do I actually work at all? Is this?
I don't know. No one knows.
Am I contributing anything useful to society at all? Really?
This is why we're doing this podcast, to really pin you down. And
This is the only meaningful thing that I am doing in this podcast, literally. Who's your shout out this week?
My shout out is Sharon Smith. I was lucky to meet her at the MVP Summit like 2 weeks ago or something, and she randomly then dropped me into super nice WhatsApp group for wipe coders. So because I mentioned I want to at least understand what happens, for example, with Azure Foundry and stuff like that. So I think this whole group is organized by Charlie Sexton. So as well, shout out to him. He's doing amazing stuff out there. And there's so much freaking energy in this group. I didn't know I needed another WhatsApp group. But this is huge, and there is so much motivated people being MVPs, being not MVPs, and they're just trying things out, like we all do today, in the agentic time we are living in. And this is just amazing to see. She basically just invited me there, and I'm super grateful. And also, she just made a recent great post about what is the difference between Microsoft Graph and WorkIQ, because WorkIQ is one of the latest buzzwords Microsoft is using in every their presentation. So definitely something to check out. And very, very nice that we have met during the MVP Summit. So it's always, all of this traveling always has something good if you meet new friends and new people, and you never know who this could be and what could be next. So super interesting.
Sharon does a lot of good work with the Mentoring Hub also as well, sponsoring a lot of the events that we get involved in as well, which I think really helps the organisers to help fund things like the drinks and the food and stuff like that. So we'll drop links down there as well. Do make sure you check out Sharon and all the good stuff she's doing there. So,
all right. Thank you so much, Dan. Thank you, Joe, for taking the time. I think we're at the end. Anything to add from your side, Joe?
I think we're getting a good rhythm now. We segued into each of the topics quite nicely today, I thought. We're finding our rhythm. We're not arguing too much yet. So I think this concept may have legs. I think this could be a success.
May have legs.
If we apply ourselves. That's an English phrase, This concept may have legs. It may be something that we can go forward with. Maybe this could be another feature. I just teach you random British sayings and you've got to figure out what they mean.
Maybe I should start teaching you German after I saw your script for the German speaking session at Cloud, but okay. Teach me English, of course. I definitely need these lessons. I just awful at English language.
Not just English, British English. British English. Bottle of water, all that sort of stuff.
Bottle of water.
Okay, on that bombshell.
All right. Make sure to like, subscribe, hit the like button. Do whatever. Don't do what Joe does.
Okay.
As well stop by Ulrike and Nick in their Power Platform Boost podcast. We always we will not get tired of recommending that one if you want to have some more serious catch-ups.
That's a quality podcast.
That's a quality. We are
unlike this one. We've got aspirations towards quality.
We do. as we said last time, MVPs are just here for entertainment purposes. So this is what we're doing, and basically, if my mom or my dad listens to that, hi. You don't need to.
Hi, I'm sorry.
Sorry.
Apologies for all this.
All right. Stay safe. See you soon. Take care.
Take care. Bye-bye.